our business is, in my opinion, literally a game of not just inches, but milli-inches.
Yeah.
One little thing could go wrong. So, I'm not going to speak for him. I'm not even really going to speak about the specific deals, but it comes with the territory. If you're going to get in a steel cage match, you've signed up for the potential of injury.
AEW, and you can tell right here that I've got the AEW belt. And again, I'll repeat, there was a dark match here last night in Apter's Alley. I beat Prince Nana because Swerve said he thought he could beat me. But anyway, so tell people what you're currently doing for AEW. What is your role?
Oh, well, the Last Outlaw, Bill. What the hell do you think I'm doing?
Well, I've heard many different things. I mean, besides busting cars,
you tell me.
Well, that you're an event producer at this point.
No, I'm in business development, and so that's domestic, international. But yeah, business development, and I love, Bill. You know me my whole life, essentially, and I can truthfully say that I love the industry more today than I did when I broke in. It just with the technology that affects not just our business, but any business, but specifically the entertainment industry around the globe, just continues to make things new and exciting and different and innovative. And so I always, my promoter brain kicks in, and what can I develop out of that? So, very, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, you've grown with the business. You went from the old school to what it is today. And, if you don't stay with it, you get lost. So recently, AEW had a gain and a loss, and I want you to talk about it. The gain, of course, was the return of MJF. The loss was Adam Copeland. Talk to us about both of them.
It is the very true nature of our business, and it's the reality of professional wrestling, especially in this day and age, with the high risk, high reward maneuvers that go with the industry. And you just kind of look at Adam jumping off the top of a cage. I'm sure he's done as a high risk movement as that, but man, things literally didn't.
I mean, what was he thinking? Again, he's great in the ring. It's amazing how this comeback of his is amazing. I mean, he didn't lose a step, but going up there and standing up there and realizing, how do I get down at this point? Is this just like his built-in wiring?
Well, look, I haven't specifically talked about it, but our business is, in my opinion, literally a game of not just inches, but milli-inches. One little thing could go wrong. So, I'm not going to speak for him. I'm not even really going to speak about the specific deals, but it comes with the territory. If you're going to get in a steel cage match, you've signed up for the potential of injury. Same with the MJF. I mean, MJF, I haven't spoke specifically to him about the injury, but and it's kind of two ends of the spectrum. MJF, he's definitely on the beginning. I don't say the very beginning, but the beginning of his career. Adam, not at the end of it, but he's kind of on the backside of it. Things can happen at any time, and as a promotion, you got to be prepared for it. But as a talent, you absolutely have to be prepared for it. Both of those guys have just incredible upside, and to date, both of them have had phenomenal careers.
Well, MJF is still at the start of his career. Where do you see him going in the wrestling business?
He's going to be either his own worst enemy, or he is going to be truly the driver of his success. And I truly believe, not just for him, for anybody, it's going to find out how bad does he really want. What's going to make MJF tick and motivate, not just this year, but next year and the next year and the next year and the next year. I think that goes with anybody. The sky's the limit. He's accomplished an awful lot in this industry in a relatively short period of time. But I think there's something to say. We're coming off the heels, and I don't know if you got a chance to talk about or get to see Tom Brady retirement, not retirement, Hall of Fame speech last night.
Yeah, yeah.
He encapsulated a couple of things. He's like, I wish everybody could play football, but his point was being that football is hard. It is tough. It is something that you have to have a mindset. And Brady, I don't know what all the stats are, multiple Super Bowls, multiple MVPs, but he talked about, the game of football is a lot like the game of life. And I think the game of life is a lot like professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
Never know when it's going to turn, but you've got to want it. And it's easy to main event. I don't say easy, but the fun part, the rewarding part is getting to be in the main event or a semi-main event of a massive pay-per-view that's super successful and everything that goes with that. It's not real easy for 5 a.m. Wake-up calls to go do media back-to-back days and to get on airplanes and to make sure you stay in the gym and eat right. And when you're on the road, how disciplined are you going to be with your diet and your workout and your training? How disciplined are you going to be in your relationships? How well are you going to be able to acquire I call it the business trait of being able to say no in the right way.
Yeah, it's not just what you're seeing. This guy's in the ring. How can it? There's so much more that goes into it. I know.
It's just a small window. So, you just kind of look at the success. And again, I'm going back to the Tom Brady speech. He said it so eloquently that you got to want it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And he does. MJF wants it. We can tell. Also recently, the All Elite, the Jacksons and Jack Perry now have, they're like renegades at this point. What the heck is going on with the company in terms of that? Christopher Daniels now coming out, of course, and speaking for the company as well. But in terms of this new renegade attitude of the Jacksons, there are a lot of people getting turned off to that and wondering, Jack Perry is kind of like lost it. Speak on that if you would.
It's subjective. You may think he's lost it. I think it's a great trait to have. I think
really okay.
Matthew, I really believe that in our industry, you have to pull out a thread of your deep down personality, and you've got to amplify it to the umpteenth degree, because we're in the entertainment business. We're also in a very, very competitive business. We're obviously not true sport, but it is super competitive. So if you dig down and really pull out a thread, a part of your personality, and amplify it, and really lean into it, and just, regardless of what anybody says, I mean, just cram it down people's throats, you will get engagement. And I'm happy to see I'll call it, and not that Jack Perry's maturing before our very eyes.
He really is, sure. Went from jungle boy to more of a mature wrestler.
The scapegoat, I think it's right up his alley. He'll lean into that. And
same thing with the Bucks.
The Bucks have been, you can get into that discussion, greatest tag team of all time. They're hands down in the conversation, and that's with their athletic ability, with their character, personality, because truth be known, they truly are the original, not OGs, but they're the original EVPs. And I think it's high time they start throwing their weight around, and I hope they throw it around.
Doing it.
I think I'd love to see them to do it a lot more.